So if you're wanting to start a business or take on some type of business venture, it's really important to strategize and assess the feasibility of that project, of that business startup, or of that venture. And what do I mean by feasibility? Well, there's a few different ways of looking at feasibility. That could be financial feasibility, just making sure it's actually going to be profitable. The other way would be looking at probability. Does it make sense? Is there a good chance that it's going to work out? And then the other way of looking at feasibility is it even doable? Like, can it be done? Is it possible? And I think it's important to look at all three components of this. And I mean, there could even be more ways to look at feasibility, but those are three key examples. And again, important to look at all of them. So for the last one I mentioned there, is it even possible? Can it even be done? If you're starting up a business or you have some type of business venture idea, can it be done? So think, for example, if the World Olympic Committee decided that my city was going to host the Olympics in 4 years. Well, I live in a city that has about 300,000 people. So even if we wanted to, it's probably not feasible in the sense that it's just not doable. It probably can't be done. The city's not large enough. We don't have the infrastructure. And if that's in 4 years, we're not going to be able to build the infrastructure to host the Olympics. Just can't be done. Even if it could be profitable, even if, enough people would show up to the events, it's not really doable, like to build out what needs to be built to host an event like that. And then secondly would be probable. Like, is there a good probability that this could work out? Think, for example, if you're wanting to open like a very specialty store in a small town, is there going to be enough demand for that type of niche business in a small town that you have a good probability of success? There's a reason why organizations like IKEA and Costco don't open in small centers, because even though plenty of people love Costco or they love IKEA, unless you have a large enough population to support a business like that, it's not going to work out. So for them, that would be important in assessing where they put their facilities. Is it probable that they're going to have good success? And so maybe that means, a Costco can only be put in a center with 100,000 people or more, and an IKEA can only be put in a center with 500,000 or more for population, something like that. They are considering feasibility when they do that. And then that third example, the one I mentioned first, would be profitability. Is it feasible in the sense that it can actually be a business that makes money and doesn't just lose money? So think, for example, if you just graduated from massage therapy school and you want to start your own clinic doing massage therapy, and you're shopping around and you're finding, facility is maybe $3,000 per month to rent, and then you're going to have extras, just like your occupancy costs for insurance and utilities and things like that. Going to be paying for your website and some advertising. And so maybe you realize that your expenses to have the facility on your own are $5,000. Can you get enough clients and provide enough service that you're not only generating enough money to cover all those costs, but also pay yourself a wage? Probably not in that case. So it might not be financially feasible. Maybe it's probable that you'll get enough clients. Maybe it's doable that you can, set up the appropriate infrastructure, but you're not going to be able to generate enough revenue to make it a financially feasible business. So those would be the three main reasons. You can also, look at that from different perspectives. Maybe you're in an industry or a region where it's really hard to find employees. So maybe you have a business idea that is doable, that can be profitable, that can be probable in terms of having good success, but it's just gonna be way too hard to find good staff that are gonna stick around, and therefore it might not be worth it. So very important to consider when starting a business or even on some type of like business partnership or venture, just to make sure it's feasible from all perspectives. So hopefully that was helpful. If you like the video, you can just click like. If you want to check out some of the other videos I have on YouTube, I've got dozens of videos that cover business startup topics and business management topics. If you have a question, you can leave it in the comment section and I will address it there or make another video. And if you are starting a business and you want to speak with me, you can book a free consultation and I will leave the link to do that in the video description.